They did.
I now call the special called meeting for December 17, 2025 to order, and I'll ask the clerk to do the roll call, please.
Chairman Morgan.
Here.
Vice Chairman Bailey.
Here.
Commissioner McClendon.
Here.
Commissioner Chance.
Here.
Commissioner Lee.
Here.
Commissioner Fuller.
Here.
Commissioner Hicks.
Here.
At this time, I'll look for a motion and a second to approve the agenda as presented.
Motion to approve. Second.
Hey, which second? Let's clarify. Okay, Tom, okay, you're,
To approve the agenda as presented.
okay,
Second.
got it, okay. So we'll make sure, because,
Thank you.
all right, first thing we have is the financial review. Item 1 is a budget amendment for FY year 2025, a consideration on the advertised budget amendment and the actual budget amendment. I'll call the finance director.
Madam Chairman, point of order, we need to take a vote on the motion in the second to approve the agenda.
Thank you. I was trying to figure out who the second was, trying to do the vote on the second person. Okay, all those in favor? Any opposed?
Motion passed.
Thank you, Commissioner Chance.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. We have before us the year-end budget amendment to move some funding around in our general fund. We're not adding to that budget, but we're just moving some funding from one department to another to help cover some year-end costs that were unanticipated in the last budget amendment. Then we're also asking to increase the budget in the opioid settlement fund because there were some additional funds that came in there to cover public safety expenses, and then additional funding in the American Rescue Plan Fund. In the Sheriff's Narcotics Fund, we're using fund balance there to cover public safety expenses. In juvenile court, we're doing the same thing. Jailhouse store, we're increasing revenue to cover public safety expenses there, and the same thing in the commissary and the sheriff's special project fund. So these are normal year-end adjustments that we make at the end of each year just to balance things out.
Are there any questions for Alicia? Well, seeing and hearing none, I'll ask for a motion and a second.
Motion to approve the budget amendment as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any more other discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed?
Motion passed.
Thank you.
I'll now call Avery Jackson to do 4-2, the opt-in form for the new judicial salaries.
Madam Chair, Commissioners, we have for your consideration today a joint resolution with Heard County concerning the locality pay for the Superior Court judges for the new West Georgia Judicial Circuit. This resolution has to do with a House Bill 85, that was passed by the legislature this past legislative session, and that went into effect July 1 of this year, and affects how the local Superior Court judges are paid. In this instance, the state is taking on more of the responsibility for paying the judges than what they used to, and the local counties had provided supplements to the judges, and that is now being incorporated into the amounts that the state is paying, and the local supplement paid to the judges is being reduced from what used to be $50,000 now down to $20,000. And that has been split pursuant to when the circuit was created. The state established that Carroll County would pay 90% of that local supplement and Heard County would pay 10%. And pursuant to the new state law that was passed, those percentages should remain in place for the new locality pay. And Heard County Board of Commissioners met last night, and they approved the new locality pay and to continue to pay the 10% portion of that. And so we have the joint resolution for your consideration this afternoon for 90% of that new locality pay.
Okay, I'll start with a motion and a second.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, Okay, great. At this time, I'll ask if there's any questions or comments.
I just have one for you. I appreciate talking to me earlier, but would you go a little bit in depth and explain the reasoning we pay 90% and Herd pays 10, just for the public to understand?
Yes, that is based on caseloads of the circuit. Carroll County is a much larger county than Herd County, and our caseload is significantly higher. All the Superior Court judges are based here in Carroll County, partly because of that caseload. And so based on that, the state allocated that Carroll County has approximately 90% of the caseload and should pay 90% of the local supplement, and that Herd County has about 10% of the caseload and should pay 10% of that local supplement.
Thank you. I just want to make that clear for everybody.
Mr. Jackson, as you stated, this is less encumbering on the county, obviously coming from 50 down to approximately 20. But also in the legislation, I think it states that moving forward, if the judges receive additional salary increases, then in some pro formula, the amount of locality pay that we would be expected would decrease over time.
That is correct. Absolutely, Commissioner Chance. As the judges get COLAs, cost of living raises every year, and their pay goes up, the amount that the county's pay will go down.
I'd like to say that I'm very appreciative of the state for adopting this, taking on more of the fiscal responsibility. We're very supportive of Superior Court and all of our judges, and I know that we continue to be so in other areas of the budget, but allowing the state to take on more of the role of the actual pay and lessening the burden on the supplement we have to provide is certainly a plus for local government, and I'm appreciative of that.
Are there any further questions? Well, seeing and hearing none, all those in favor? Any opposed?
Motion passed.
Thank you, Avery. Item 5 is a 2026 ARPA grant, and we have Judge John Simpson here to discuss this with us.
Thank you. The new grant for ARPA is focused primarily on our personnel. We've accomplished a lot. We only got $152,000 this time, and we just could not do anything substantially with juror pay or technology as we have in the past. I would just say to you additionally that we amended one of the ARPA grants going out of this year, and we quickly got about $100,000 in equipment for our DA's office, which includes an internal server, which is going to be something that really increases our efficiency by storing all the information we have flows through the DA's office, and to have that on an internal server as opposed to a giant collection of thumb drives all over the place is going to be a real enhancement in our productivity. So we've made the most of the grants. This one is pretty much focused on our personnel that's been so loyal to us. If there are any questions, I'd be glad to attempt to answer.
I appreciate your leadership on the administrative side, outside of just the bench of always trying to go after grants. You and your staff have done an excellent job, and I appreciate everything that you bring before us to try to enhance what you do.
I would like to again just acknowledge Sydney North and Donna Simpson, who've helped me all along the way with it. Thank you.
Do I have a motion and a second to accept the grant?
Motion to accept.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further questions or discussion? Well, seeing and hearing none, all those in favor? Any opposed?
Motion passed.
There is non-executive session, and I'll take a motion, a second to adjourn, or y'all can start singing Christmas carols.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor? Any opposed?
Motion passed.
Meeting adjourned. Merry Christmas, everybody.